What up everyone, Clayton here, and today we're here with a Fallout 4 guide. Today we're getting the Silver Shroud armor as well as Grognak the Barbarian's costume. If you want to get this, I recommend going through a quest that you can get in Good Neighbor. The location for Good Neighbor is right here on the map. It is northeast from Diamond City, and I recommend going from Diamond City since it's a pretty easy way to get there. There's tons of locations you can find on the way there, so just make sure to look at one and find your bearings and go from that. So an area around Good Neighbor, you find this radio signal called the Silver Shroud radio. To be able to get the quest, you need to listen to it. You can find it inside of Good Neighbor as well, but I found it out here.
Calling all Silver Shroud fans. I got an urgent mission. If you're a true fan, stop by the memory den to talk to Kent Conley. The Silver Shroud needs you.
So you need to go talk to Kent. If you go in from Good Neighbor, go left from the gun store. And then when you round the corner here, go left again, and you can see the memory den with a giant sign and a giant red glow around it. And that's where you need to go to talk to Kent. Once inside, you just need to go in and stick to the right side. There's a door that you can open, and that's where he's at. Now you want to talk to him, and he's kind of be nice to him, and he'll give you a quest, and I'll let you guys see that right now.
Good Neighbor's crazy. Thefts, murders, worse. Sometimes you just gotta escape a little to make it through the day.
I hear you. It's a mess out there.
It's rough in the best of days. But now, you ever listen to the Silver Shroud? That's what we need. No matter how bleak things got, he saved the day. Silver Shroud was real, with his black trench coat and gleaming silver submachine gun. I got a plan to bring him to life, so we can fight bad guys and give the rest of us a symbol of something better.
Sure, Kent. You have a plan, all right.
I know how it sounds. I've built my own custom machine gun, even better than the one in the show. But to make this work, I still need the most important piece. The genuine Silver Shroud costume herself. And they actually got one here in Boston. They made it for the TV show. Will you help?
I'll get the costume for you.
You're gonna do this? For real? Before the bombs fell, they were filming the Silver Shroud pilot over at Hubris Comics. So that's where you'll find it. You're the best.
So like Kent said, right there, you need to go to Hubris Comics, which is kind of on the strip between Diamond City and Good Neighbor. If you have trouble finding it, there's a scavenger out front that can kind of tell you where the door is. But if you look at the map, here it is. There's a bunch of locations around it, like I said. It is northeast of Diamond City and southwest from Good Neighbor. So once inside, you'll be fighting some of the Wasteland's most common enemies, which is the feral ghouls. The feral ghouls can kind of be overwhelming in a large group, so I recommend getting a choke point or a chokehold or whatever you want to call it in an area where you can just kind of let them filter to you. That way you don't die to them. There's some random loot you can get in here, but I've mainly focused on getting the Silver Shroud costume as well as Grognak the Barbarian's costume as well. You can feel free to explore as much as you want, but when I went through, I didn't really find anything of significance besides a couple comic books and a couple just miscellaneous loot like duct tape and stuff like that. On this first floor, you'll find a bunch of ghouls, but they're pretty easy to dispatch. You just want to take them out one by one, hopefully, and like I said, try to find a filter point so they all run to you so you don't get caught. You want to go upstairs here after you clear out the ghouls, and I recommend staying at the top of the stairs here, letting the ghouls spawn. If you walk out far enough, you'll see them pop out, and this is a perfect place to hold down. There'll be about 3 or 4 ghouls that run at you, so you stay here, you pop them off one by one, especially if you have a shotgun. This would be a good location to use it. Once inside, you want to go to the right here, and you want to take another right through this door. This will lead upstairs, and like I said before, there's some miscellaneous loot if you want to explore that. I just go straight for the thing that we're going for. So instead of going into this side building, you want to keep going straight, and you want to go take a left at the end of the hallway where the on air sign is. And right here, I recommend you heal a little bit. After you dispatch that ghoul, of course. But I recommend you heal right now because there's a glowing one at the top of the stairs. It is actually behind a screen, and if you have a fragmentation grenade, that would probably be a good time to use it since it's behind the screen and you can get a good grenade shot off on it. As you see here, after I bumble around for a little bit, I actually do equip the grenade, and behind that screen you can see the glow of the glowing one. Throw the grenade behind there and try to do a little bit damage to it. The glowing one will actually resurrect other ghouls around you, so if you kill a bunch of ghouls and it has time to resurrect them, it will resurrect the other ghouls, so you have to fight them again. Try not to get cornered like I do here, but try to fight your way through it. Hopefully we have enough stim packs if you get it crippled like I did there. Other ghouls you can aim for the leg to cripple them, but I'm not really sure about the glowing one. Didn't really work out for me though. But yeah, once you get the kill on the glowing one is when you can actually explore around and get your stuff you need. As you saw there, the Sliver Shroud costume is to your left. Right there on that mannequin. And behind the curtain, make sure you go behind there because there is the silver submachine gun that is also part of the Sliver Shroud's costume. But before you leave, there's a hatch to the right there. But before you leave, look on the shelf here, and this is where you'll see Grognak the Barbarian's costume, which is has a pretty cool enchantment, I guess you could say. And it increases the wearer's strength and melee damage. And it has a bunch of resistance, actually. So there you want to head to the roof and go back to Kent and talk to him about the whole situation.
I got your costume, Kent.
You kind of just want to follow what I say
goodies you might
here.
like.
This way you get the armor. I'm not sure if it changes if you do anything different, but I just recommend following my lead.
And memorabilia too? You're something else. Together with my gun, everything's all set.
Here you go.
After all these years, the Sliver Shroud is born again. But there's just one problem. I'm just not Sliver Shroud material. I could be Rhett Reinhardt or his butler Jarvie Blake, but the Shroud is strong, capable.
What happens to the suit?
Oh, I have an idea who should wear it. You up for being a Sliver Shroud? You're just like him. Except you probably haven't been in a blimp shot down by mobsters.
Looks like I get to be the Shroud.
The costume and gun are yours. So you patrol Good Neighbor's streets, and I'll call in any crimes on my radio station. Here's...
And there we go, we get a Sliver Shroud armor. It reduces damage from humans by 15%. As well as you get a added thing to this quest, where Kent will call you in, and you will have to dispatch Justice, just like he says there. And you leave the calling cards behind. So it hasn't actually finished the quest yet. You can actually do that later. But here is what the Sliver Shroud costume and the silver submachine gun look together. You actually get his hat as well, which is equipped here, which has no added benefit as I saw. But yeah, looks pretty slick, looks pretty cool. And I recommend going through this quest because I believe this is the only way to get the shrouded armor. If you do it the other way, you just get the costume. So I recommend being nice to Kent as much as you can, and that way you get the costume here. As well as the Grognak the Barbarian costume, it looks pretty nice, but not as clean as the other one. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more if you want to see more Fallout guides. This is Clayton, signing out.